And the four phases of matter is how teaches you magic. Magic is nothing but the science of understanding this magnetic realm. Everything is magnetic. Gods and goddesses, they can manifest whatever because they have a soul. So they have magnets in them. And the realm is magnetic. But if you're a human being, you don't have that magnet. So you don't have that advantage. You got to work a whole lot harder. See what I'm saying? But you do have electricity. But you don't have the magnetism. So you got to work harder. See what I'm saying? And it shows the most in sports. It even shows with just thinking. It even shows with newborn babies being born. Why you think when a baby just got here, even though it's a new soul, magnetic, it learned how to walk way faster than a human being baby without a soul? Yes, you can phase through a brick wall. You can phase through things that's supposed to be solid, like walk through a wall. Yeah, you can do that. You can phase through that. It's called phasing. But they took the law, they didn't teach you about, they didn't break down the law of vibration to you. That's the Hermetic teachings. This is why the Buddhist monks, they understand vibration. They go up into the mountain and be alone for years. And then you wonder why they doing that type of shit they doing. And they only got electricity. Imagine what you would do if you set your black ass out there like that.
We did not come from apes. That is a European concept, and it is a contrived concept based on conspiracy, with Charles Darwin being commissioned to bring about this concept. Well, most, even black scholars at this particular time will say, well, no, we can't argue that because we have bones. Yes, you have bones, and there's different species of bones and different species of apes. But that does not mean that that's a species of men. That could be just various species of apes. That's why even Charles Darwin say it's the missing link. But my point here to drive the nail into further evidence would be this. If we came from apes, the ancient Egyptians or the ancient Africans or the ancient indigenous person around the earth would have said we came from apes. It wouldn't have been no white man in the 1800s. We are responsible for history and knowledge on this planet. The Africans, the ancient indigenous black person around the earth. Everything that we know now is only a fragment of what they knew then. And yet, in my studies and studying them for the past 15 years, as I have never seen any ancient indigenous people who record everything, especially in ancient Canada, say that we come from apes.
By 2045, there will be no males left on this planet. Because I know they're watching me right now, and they're mad at me.
Who's they?
Our entire world economy is based off of the politicians and the authorities that give the politicians their accreditation. And those authorities, those universities, are all based, their entire curriculum is based off the Platonic solids. We have a chance to fix, and most people can fix it, but they don't want you to do that because they need people to pass away. Why? Because of a thing called bisphenol, hard plastics, or phthalates. So they started putting it in polyester and all of these clothes. But as a result, what plastic does in those fine particles does in our body, estrogen is made from carbon. Testosterone has carbon attributes to it. Then the male's body produces testosterone and it fills those receptors. For the woman, the female's body, her ovaries produces estrogen, and they go and their body is now imbalanced. Phthalates, what it does, it mimics the estrogen. It mimics the testosterone inside those adrenal receptors. And so now the testes don't produce, and so men become effeminized, females become masculinized.
Have you ever felt like your entire life has been a lie? Well, 9 times out of 10, you're starting to wake up and break out the matrix, aka you're starting to go through the stages of a spiritual awakening. Starting off with number 1, you no longer associate with the things that you used to. So everything that you are used to now, it no longer makes sense to you, and everything is so confusing because it's like, why do you not feel like you belong here anymore? Hello, you're no longer the same person. As if that wasn't hard enough. Number 2, it gets deeper. You'll start to lose your friends and your family that you once used to kick it with on a daily basis because they no longer match who you are energetically. That's when life starts to get difficult. Coming in with number 3, you're gonna go through a stage of isolation. aka the dark night of the soul. It's just temporarily, but for a little bit, you'll have to be put alone because the universe wants you to focus on you. When you finally make it out of your worst nightmare, you're like, oh, the nightmare is over. You make it to the new version of you that no one recognizes because you actually become a whole new identity. The final stage. That's when you're going to have to learn how to deal with how you feel about those situations that you went through before your awakening and during your awakening. The universe, aka the Most High, is going to test you where you learn how to be alone and be a true warrior and walk that walk and talk that talk of everything that you came in and out of the forest with. You learned it, you earned it, you are.
This is the Ankh, and this represents life, physical life, eternal life, immortality, reincarnation, and death. This, if you want to protect yourself from any kind of harm, any kind of magic spells, any kind of negative malice energy that may be coming to you. This represents the woman's womb, the portal of where everyone comes through to the physical earth. You're having trouble with conducting more electricity to your brain, to your feet, through the fingertips. Start wearing the Ankh, especially that's wrapped in copper. This represents all the natural elements of the earth. Ankh depicts the union of the male and female coming together through sex. Use this for your altars. If you want to alter your consciousness as well, you want to start wearing this. You want to start caressing your energy on this. Start placing this on your third eye like this and start meditating with it.
If you hold a picture of them in your head for longer than like 9 seconds, you know what I'm saying, or longer, you're gonna call them, right? So your call is gonna be an electromagnetic pulse, which is your thought is a vibration, and it's gonna go to them. This is how you call somebody with your mind. Just hold a picture of them in your head and think about them for 9 seconds straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be, I'm telling y'all that 9 for a reason. Just like how they told you to do something 21 days, nigga, 21 days, it don't take 21 days to make it happen. Nigga, they told you that and you believed it, so that's why it works. So remember, it's what you believe. So like when you hold this picture of whoever you think about, right, in your head, the neurochemistry of our brain is impacted by what we think because the brain works on electromagnetic waves. So every thought, every word is an electromagnetic frequency. So when you think about somebody or something, you send a pulse out. So if you hold that thought, the longer the trick of it is this: the longer you hold the thought of that person, the stronger the pulse will be. So actually, if you say you think about somebody 5 minutes straight, they gonna really feel you calling them. You get what I'm saying? Say you think about them 10 minutes straight. So really, when you want to call them, I would think about a motherfucker 10, 20 minutes straight. I do it all the time. I be let me try. I'm gonna sit here and just focus on thinking about my mom for 10 minutes straight, and then I have to call them all the time. Never finish. You just didn't know exactly how to do it. So I'm telling you, the longer you hold that thought of whoever you think about, your mind gonna call them because your thoughts gonna send out electromagnetic waves. All right. So this is how you call somebody with your mind. All right. Now I need y'all to listen. Because it ain't gonna do motherfuckers no good to be calling people if y'all ass ain't answering the phone. Okay? Y'all hear me? It's not gonna do you no good to call nobody if y'all ain't answering the phone, nigga. So this is how and this is the most important part. This is basic telepathy. This is how you receive a call, to know somebody's calling you with their thoughts. If you ever sitting there just chilling, right? And then you start thinking about a motherfucker out the blue, like what the fuck? They just pop on your mind. They are calling you with their mind. It's not no coincidence, nigga. You don't just think you don't think of people for no reason. Now you think of things for no reason, but you don't think of people for no reason. If a person comes into your mind, they are thinking about you, nigga. They're calling you with their mind, even if you don't know it. See, y'all never knew that. If you sitting there chilling, I don't care who it is. It could be a motherfucker you never seen before in years, nigga. They calling you. That's why you think about them. That's their thoughts knocking against your door, and now you like, oh, think about them. I wonder how they.
Who's more evolved? We're considered ourselves to be more evolved. But you look at the simians, they have 48 chromosomes. We only have 46. Where did that change occur? Where did we get this new understanding? And how did we lose two chromosomes?
Chromosome number 2 in the human body was pulled out, fused together, and then 2 telomere caps were put on each end. This happened around 200,000 years ago. Now, something else happened around that same time. We have this gene in us, this worship gene, which was inserted into the human genome. We know this now because scientists have actually found the worship gene. You can turn it on and they can turn it actually off. What? Yes, we have a worship gene.
Worship gene.
That's right. And so it makes us want to worship something outside of ourselves, when in true reality, we should find the power inside. And this was inserted by the Anunnaki. That's my opinion. That's my hypothesis.
Whether you want to call it the Anunnaki or some other influence that acted upon us, but there's been a change within our DNA and our structure.
We were taught to be afraid of getting into our natural self because that's paganism. Herbalism is paganism.
Right.
You got crystals and you got stones and things, and you into these numbers. That's pagan.
Right.
You got to go to the church to get your healing, and you got to wait till you die to go to heaven.
Right.
But the book, I'm reading the book, it don't say that. Where's this in the book at?
Right.
I thought it said something about creating heaven on earth. I thought it said something about you can do more than I.
Right.
Once you realize that you've got to reach this divine state inside you, and once you reach that, they call it in Sanskrit the siddhi. You have to reach this divine state, right, where you are existing, right, by creating your outcome in your mind first. First in your mind, then feel it like it's already happened.
Right.
Feel like you are creating heaven on earth. Feel your body healing. Feel your organs regenerating.
Right.
I've had people who have healed just from thought.
Right.
I said, just focus on your leg, your knee, being better. And I was reading the Bible, found the herbs and the crystals in the Bibles and the number sequences. Then I started looking at the Quran. I said, wait a minute, these are powerful books. And then the Bhagavad Gita. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. They're telling us the code is right here of how to actually live the best life we could live. But we're missing it. My life changed. My skin changed. My hair came back because I was bad. If you saw pictures of me then, you would be like, this is not you.
Right.
But it was me living that life, living the life for the city. You know, living for the city, like Stevie Wonder says?
Yeah.
People are living for the city.
Yep.
They're living for their friends, living for their religion and their beliefs, and they're not following the natural path. The natural path is a path of least resistance.
Disease is not a disease at all. Now, if we're talking about dis-ease as I'm sitting in this chair and I got to lean towards my mic and I feel a little discomfort in my neck, I would call that a dis-ease. But sitting here calling herpes a disease, diabetes a disease, technically we cannot call them diseases. The body was miraculously made, as y'all hear me say all the time, and the Creator created our body with a self-healing mechanism called a sewage system, which is called the lymphatic system. So anytime you start experiencing any of these discomfort, we will run to the doctor because the doctor have taught us that these are symptomologies of diseases. But what happened if that's a lie? These are actually symptomologies of detoxification. And like you can just take people through simple cold and flu-like symptoms to discover this. Like for instance, if you cough, when you cough, they will give you a cough suppressant, right?
Yeah.
To suppress the cough deep within the bronchial tubes. But if you cough and you feel the physiology or the functionality of a cough, it's actually breaking up coagulated mucus within inside the respiratory system. So a cough is helping you expectorate and get rid of mucus. What about a sneeze? If you sneeze, chew. If you put your hand in front of your mouth, you will actually feel the expectorants of particles come from your mouth and hand. So a sneeze and a cough, these are not symptomologies of flus, these are symptomologies of detoxification. What about skin diseases, skin disorders? If your kidneys is not working properly, the skin is known to be the biggest organ on the body. Not only that, it's the biggest eliminative organ on the body too. So if your skin, or you wake up with acne, pimples, psoriasis, and things like this is your skin working to defecate because on a cellular level, you're not defecating properly, or your kidneys cannot break these things down through the lymphatic system, and you can't urinate it out through urea. So you can't give me no disease where I can't give you a different perspective on how to actually look at it. What's happening is these doctors in the allopathic community and these big old royal families that go back into the ancient Phoenician times, they have figured out a way to take over the world. And one of the ways to take over the world is through the allopathic community, because it makes billions and trillions of dollars a year. So if I can convince the population that God, natural ability and rights that he gave us of the body is to heal itself, if I can convince you that these are not symptoms of healing, but this is symptoms of your body being an enemy of itself, then you're going to do anything to eradicate that enemy.
I don't drink no water for 45 years. Water as you know it. I don't mess with blank shots. Yes, water only hydrates, but if I have coconut water, I am going to more than hydrate. I'm going to get minerals, vitamins, electrolytes. Yes, the original sports drink, coconut water, is full of it. Electrolytes. I get my electrical energy because coconut water is the most electrical food on the planet. It's the highest grown and it's 100% water. And if I can do it at 76, not sick, 20/20 vision, my brain is expanding. I live where coconuts grow. Coconuts cannot grow in New York City, neither can I. Neither can I. I cannot grow where coconuts don't grow. So I'm here growing on coconuts, enjoying my coconut water in my milk rather than blank, empty, bottled water. We want structured water because I know that the 3 essential foods in life are sunshine, oxygen, and living water. And my link to the rest of the universe are the plants. Oxygen. I want to extract oxygen from my food. I want to extract sunshine from my food. Yes, I want to extract living water from my food. H3O, structured water. Don't give me the blank shots. Don't have me filling up my body with no 8 glasses of water a day. I have a limited capacity as to how much I can put into my body, and I want it to count. Oh yes, I want to live in an expensive body. Bless up.